Hi everybody, Jim with We Like Drinking. I'm here today with Shawn Dugan. He's from Elevation Beer Company. They're located in Poncha Springs, Colorado, which is in the Central Mountains near Salida, Colorado. So I wanted to talk to Shawn a little bit about Elevation, about what they have to offer, and the Elevation story. So Shawn, the first question is, what is your title with Elevation?
Well, Jim, I am the Merchant of Malts, and I was allowed to make my own title, which I think is really cool. It kind of shows like how we're a family company, and we really we run this place like as a big circle and a big round table. Yeah, you know.
Okay. So what does Merchant of Malt mean?
So Merchant of Malt means basically I sell beer on the Front Range of Colorado. I work from about Castle Rock to Fort Collins. And everything in between, and a little bit west. And I promote our brand. We're about a 2.5-year-old company, so I'm really out there trying to make sure that the sales are increasing every year, and you know, people understand what we're all about. And buy more beer. That's the whole idea.
And how many states are you distributed in?
Yeah, we're in 3 states. We are in Texas, Arizona, and Colorado. We're in 3 markets in Texas, which are Dallas, Austin, Houston. And then we're all over the state of Arizona. And we sell all of our specialty beers in Texas and Arizona. And then we also sell some full-time beers exclusively for Colorado.
Okay, fantastic. And you offer about a half a dozen different beers right now on the general market, correct?
Yeah. At any given moment, you're going to have about 6 different beers. But overall, there's going to be maybe 12 to 20 beers that we might do throughout the year, depending on how things go. So.
Okay, fantastic. So let's talk about the beers. Elevation goes big. Now, so what's the philosophy behind that? I mean, all the beers are high gravity, high alcohol content. What's the philosophy behind that?
The philosophy is that these are all challenging beers to brew, and there's a lot of beers, and there's no easy beer to brew, so don't get me wrong there. But what we're doing is we're really going to the extreme of some different styles, and there's definitely an emphasis on Belgian styles. Our brewer is amazing at making different Belgian beers, and then we also have a giant emphasis on barrel aging. So we have about 160 to 200 barrels in our brewery right now with various beers in them, and then we release them throughout the year.
Great. So you're located in Poncha Springs. How does Elevation get to Poncha Springs, Colorado?
So the main thing is it's one of the most beautiful parts of Colorado, and the owners, when they were going to develop a company, thought, well, maybe you'd build a company in Denver because it's easier to truck things around, but let's just build a brewery in the most beautiful part of Colorado and depend on those, you know, truckers that really help us out and move our product around the country and around the state, and that way we were able to avoid the concentration and just kind of have our own space, our little space. You know what I mean?
Would you like to show the camera one of your beers here and what it means to you?
Sure. I'd like to show you the Apis 4 if you don't mind. Apis 4 is a honey Belgian quadruple. And the reason we like this beer is because us being in Poncha Springs, Salida is kind of our neighborhood town. You know, it's where everybody is. We've got a town of like 400 people. But we highlight a honey that is developed in Salida by a company called Beyond the Hive. It's a 4th-generation beekeeper, and this shows off our ability to make really good Belgian beers as well as highlight natural local ingredients. So we're very, very proud of this beer, and it's our first seasonal beer that we graduated into a year-round session. So.
Okay, and so what can somebody expect out of a visit to Elevation?
I'll tell you exactly what you can expect. And I'm very, very proud to say this. We have the best tasting room and tasting room manager and tasting room staff that you've ever seen at a brewery before. His name is Andy Astor, and he's worked for a lot of different prestigious places, and now he runs the front side of our brewery. And you're going to expect kindness, you're going to expect tasters, you're going to expect to see local ingredients, you're going to expect a nice little outside area with a tent and a food truck with local ingredients and food that are being cooked for you. It really is the best place to be. And I'll tell you what, if you're on your way to Durango, Telluride, you know, maybe Pagosa Springs or something like that, it's a great stop-off point on the way.
Look for our piece on Elevation Brewery in the coming weeks when we go to visit Elevation. This has been Shawn Dugan. I'm Jim Myers with We Like Drinking. Thank you very much, Shawn.
Thank you so much. Great talking to you.